as I said, the thing that shut down, I shouldn't have the time to bypass the Argentinians there. MD5 ending in 51D49. The phone being bent over, which is again so in line for what this fucking thing is, and how much it serves the criminals. Either way, I was talking physically, the phone is bent. I'm gonna dive on that when the time comes. But, well, this also we not having the surprise. But this is exactly something. Remember how I kept mentioning how it always lasts a lifetime at 1%? So here's the deal. This is when this audio stopped. And you can see by the time when the previous one started, at 9:58, I managed to shove myself off from inside. I didn't even saw the battery draining thing. I think it jumped from 2 to 0, or so they thought. And the idea there was to stop me, what I was recording, from being recorded. Then they thought that they could just crash there like that. Which, if nothing else, is the first genuine attempt you'd see of something that doesn't seem to have been manufactured, but that tryout. Just like everything else, the piss and shit. Oh meu Deus do céu, mas que desastre isso! Okay, that's it. Yeah, by the way, there was nothing major there, nothing damaged. It's just... Those things, as I said, I kept here like this to cause those things. And I'm solving them now. Oh yeah, by the way, as you can see, the surprising of none of this being a thing, major deal being the disconnection of the cable, which instantaneously jumps to 2%. Things you really cannot make up. If you don't know what happened, is I got myself completely shoved out of balance by the deliberate lack of flooring you would have here. You know, how the boards not even properly lined up like you see them doing anyway. I mean, it's a mess. But then like piled up like it's blocked. And I'm not gonna unblock that now. Fuck that. Moving forward, just to explain. And the idea was it jumped very quickly, probably to cause me to, the things that I was talking not to be recorded, as I do with the videos and the rest. That's when I started jumping to 1%, I immediately put it in a charger. So I'm just saying, temperings are still happening. Like every day stays a lifetime, an hour. The proof is here. At any point this thing was charging, period. Okay? I'm sure there's a way to prove that, and I'm gonna dive on that later. But this is your proof. This recording kept stopping to guarantee that it was interrupted, and there's screenshots throughout the entire period to how much battery there was. If it was connected on the charge, unless it was connected and disconnected, in which case in the recording you hear the clicking of this clicking, which you notoriously don't. By the way, I can 3% is safe enough. So there. And the screenshots are those. Because I've been taking them periodically as well. Mostly before that. It's the one right now. That's when it shut down. 51. So 51 is when it shut down. And the battery and the audio recording doesn't record when it's 1%, right? I can show what happens. I'm going to show you what happens in a minute. Because I think it interferes with the audio. Exactly when it shuts down. It jumped from 2 to 0. And the intention was to kill it. And it goes to show that this is textbook piss and shit. Every time they try something new, this is usually what happens. And there you go. Now again, I would say, how do they do the different things? War crimes, right? They do major things. How do you think that this thing on the phone is possible? They're doing the things that they always can do. You're just rushing that. And today I already see that on YouTube. Beyond any doubt, you can clearly see how the phone is behaving weirdly, even though you see those things from before. So now what they think is they think this is a new thing. And what I'm saying is data is already on YouTube as well. You're gonna see this as proof of what you saw before. They always could do this. You can see all the bases there already. There's nothing new that was implemented. It's not a new issue. that emerged. That's the same issue from before, except that now they're doing that shamelessly. Nothing new was created. There was no major breaking point that would lead anyone to infer that this was a new thing that only happened now, right? As I said, it lasted 1.5 hours at 1% a couple of days, and then today it jumps straight away from 50, from whatever number it was. I can testify that it was a 2% to 0 in 51. Simply because, and you know it's 51 because, again, 6 seconds after. Because it has to be. And you know it has to be? Because if I was even charging at that point, it wouldn't have stayed at 1%. And I said 6 seconds. But either way, if I was charging the phone, it wouldn't have stayed at 1%. It would have grown, right? It's how it works. So, plain and simple. And I'm testifying you that I wasn't. I'm just showcasing that. I'm questioning the other ways as well if you dive into the usage. But let me guess, if I dive into the usage now, it's gonna be all blanks, right? Because that's something that they learned back in the day. One of the first times that they did an assault on me during the night, I think, and they did something to the phone, and they thought that it was invisible, and it was just like battery usage. I never opened this app, and so on and so forth. Oh, by the way, yeah, blank. What can I do? Don't know when that's gonna be resetted, to be honest, but whatever. I'm just saying. So, again, and notice me just call out here because I'm trying to stop it from happening again. This time to succeed. So, just that. Another one from YouTube.